So this is a bit of a weird video, because at the end of the day, it's not about basketball, and it is obviously like the position I've been in this channel, being able to make it a job, is a lot of based on the Caitlin Clark discourse, and I've always tried to keep it about basketball, whether that be with Caitlin Clark, whether that be with Angel Reese, because I think there are just idiots all around. Some of the worst people in the world have put these two people's faces that don't even care about basketball, are using them to just spew hate towards other people, and that's obviously been towards both of them for the last 2 years, and it's obviously it's surprisingly it's not getting worse, but it's obviously not going anywhere, and it's very, very evident from seeing some of the responses that one, the WNBA players hate Caitlin Clark. Like, that is a very, very clear thing. It's not just the fact is that someone said it publicly. A player doesn't say this publicly if they don't have the backing of other players. These players hate Caitlin Clark. And you know what? Like, I actually get it. But again, I'll say it. These players don't hate Caitlin Clark. They hate the crazy people. They hate the crazy people that have latched on to Caitlin Clark. And even when she was in Iowa, every time she was being asked about the social media hate, all she has basically said is, like, she's defended everything. And the people that think that she has the power to stop any of this, she doesn't. She was the first person to defend Angel Reese with the You Can't See Me. She defended Kennedy Carter publicly, praised Kennedy Carter, and praised the Chicago Sky after they very clearly targeted her in a game. It's not going to stop anything. It's not. All she has done is answered everything perfectly. She was asked about people using her name to basically weaponizing her name to just go at people. And she said, people should not be using my name to push those agendas. It's disappointing. It's not acceptable. Treating every single woman in this league with the same amount of respect is a basic human thing that everyone should do. And then went on to praise every player in the league and praise the league. Like, how is she meant to answer anything different? And Dejanay Carrington is going mad saying, how is she unbothered by all this? She's clearly not. Like, if Caitlin Clark was to see some of the crap, and this goes to anybody, there's not one person in the world who is not hardcore anything-ist that wants to see their face be the face of something that they just don't agree with. Nobody wants that. So what has Caitlin Clark done? She has removed herself from social media, and everyone's like, oh, she has everyone doesn't have the luxury to be silent. Yes, they do. Everyone has the luxury to log off social media. I'm just saying it right now. Everyone has the luxury to not be chronically online because these people don't exist in the real world. To an extent, they don't exist in the real world. They do exist, but just like anyone, in a lot of situations, you can avoid some of these. Obviously, sometimes it's not unavoidable, but and again, by the people, I mean the Pepe the Frog profile picture people. There are crazy, there are idiots on either side. There are plenty of idiots in the world, but there are a lot. Oh, Twitter is a cesspit. There are a lot more of them online than there are in the real world. In reality, Caitlin Clark is a 22-year-old basketball player who is living her dream, who has done nothing but wanting to play basketball, has not said a bad word about anybody, and because she doesn't want to just be broken as a person, is logging off social media. Because the day that I think Caitlin Clark becomes as chronically online as these people want her to be, the day that she attempts to, they don't want her to be a basketball player. They couldn't give a damn about her being a basketball player. They just want her to be an activist. At the end of the day, she just wants to play basketball. She's a 22-year-old. She is a 22-year-old who has hundreds of thousands of idiots either going at every one of her moves, basically criticizing everything she does for the fact that she is who she is. No actual rhyme or reason to it. Just because she is what she is, they're going to criticize everything she does. Or you've got a group of people that use her as a face to attack other people, whether that be going at people because of their race, whether that be just dunking on the WNBA because they hate the WNBA and they love just dunking on the WNBA for any excuse necessary for that. And the reality is that I fully get it. I fully get it. You've had this like league where there's not that many eyes on you. You're making decent money. You're able to play sports for a living. And then not even this player comes into the league. It's a wave of idiots. And they're going to go in at every single comment section, every single thing. But the reality of it all is that there's nothing Caitlin Clark can do to stop any of this. She has done nothing but praise Angel Reese for 2 years. She's done nothing but praise Angel Reese. Even after Angel Reese jumps up and claps her getting cheap shotted, she's done nothing but praise Angel Reese. And it hasn't changed anything. It's not going to change anything. Because these people don't give a damn about basketball. They don't give a damn about Caitlin Clark. In fact, they don't give a damn about Angel Reese, Dejanay Carrington. They don't give a damn about anybody. They don't give a damn about anybody in this league. They just want to use this as their newest vehicle to spew hate. And that is not on the people. That's genuinely not on the people. Because they can't do anything about it. If you go and say anything, like, she basically said it was disappointing seeing it. Or hearing it. I actually am not sure how much she's seen of it all. Because if Caitlin Clark is on social media, I don't think she'd be able, like, I think it would be very, if I was in that position, if I had done something or said something, or not even if I had done something, if I had just become the face of what Caitlin Clark has become the face of, despite not doing anything, and I was as chronically online as I am right now, I wouldn't be able to get up in the morning. Like, just knowing that. Because there's nothing she can do to fix it. And her just going about her normal day is apparently a huge problem. Her literally doing her job, her going to work and doing her job is an issue. Her not, and then the only thing she could do is retire. And then if she retires, the people that hate Caitlin Clark, or not people that hate Caitlin Clark, the idiots use Caitlin Clark to push any ist agenda, to be honest. Those people, if she retires, have a whole new set of things. They will forever blame the people that they just want to discriminate towards for ending the career of one of the best young female basketball players in the world. And then there's the other side that realistically won't be happy until she retires. She's in a no-win situation. And you don't know what her crime is? Playing basketball in a more exciting way than any other female basketball player ever has. That is literally it. That is all she has done. That is all she has done. She has not answered anything wrong. It's very clear that any teammate she's had likes her. And it's very clear that anyone who has been against her can't stand her. Can't stand her. And it's not even that they can't stand her, they just can't stand the circus. So, and the fact is that Dejanay Carrington saying that, she said it publicly. I can guarantee you that these WNBA players hate her. I can guarantee you they hate her. And they hate what's happened to the league. They would much more, if they were asked, would you want the extra eyes, or do you want the league to go back to the way it was a year ago? I think if you asked every single WNBA player, including every Fever player, if they were asked right now, we can cut Caitlin Clark. Obviously, the league won't do it. I reckon 90% of players would vote yes to cutting Caitlin Clark right now. Despite the fact that she has literally just showed up, played basketball, and been targeted by, and I don't mean targeted physically, I don't mean targeted in a negative way, being the target on defense. She's been guarded harder than anybody, and she has, in some situations, been targeted with cheap shots. Like, fair play to Caitlin Clark. Fair play to Caitlin Clark, because I don't think I'd be able to do it. Like, it takes a seriously strong person to be able to at least keep showing up to work, because she's already made her millions. She made her millions in NIL deals. Like, she's already made her millions. She already doesn't have to work another day in her life. If she retired today, she would never have to work another day in her life. So, like, it's clear that obviously she just wants to be the best, but I don't know how much longer. I can see an early retirement for Caitlin Clark. I actually can. Like, as soon as something like this even gets to her slightly, and she's done an unbelievable job being able to get through it, but I can see an early retirement. And not an early retirement in a Maya Moore early retirement, an early retirement into, like, obscurity. Like, I can see that happening very soon, because nobody is equipped to deal with the crap that she's had to deal with from her, I'm not going to say her teammates because I think she gets on well with her teammates, from her colleagues in the league, from media in general, from social media. There's nobody's equipped to deal with all that crap, especially a 22-year-old. And the fact is that what's going to happen, eventually she's probably going to crack and go on social media. And I can't lie, I think once she does that, it's going to break her. And I really don't want that to happen, because I don't see a situation where it doesn't. I genuinely don't see a situation where it doesn't break her.